One, two. Now we're live.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching A New Way of Being, hosted by Avatar Galextra and Andragon on YouTube Live.
Yes, we're broadcasting to you today from our place of residence where we've been sheltering for over a year now inside the Travelog Bonaventure. The video is really, what's the word there? Poor quality. And we're here to speak to you about what's been done to us as a family using a technology that has vast fourth dimension capabilities and being used by Donald J. Trump, who comes into where we live unseen when a cloak of invisibility created with this healing technology as a weapon to attack the body, mind, heart,
And
spirit of Avatar Galextra, the God who lived as Lord Jesus, Lord Krishna, Lord Buddha, over the last 5,000 years. And myself, who lived as Albert Einstein about 65 years ago. We're here to bring the story to you about what's being done to this iconic couple and our daughter by people who are working for the American government, teleporting into our home unseen, Trump in this case, and attacking the avatar from the top of her head to the sole of her feet. They're using the same technology as a weapon to infect the bodies of over 260 million human beings so far today, and taking the mortal lives of over 5 million of these immortals at this point in time. It's now November the 27th, 2021. So Avatar, here we are, back on camera, speaking to the people, our human sisters and brothers, about all kinds of issues that they need to become aware of and become informed about, so that they can start connecting the dots about what's being done to them and to us by the same people who are working secretly to put the entire planet under siege and to remove the authority of the people from themselves and place it in the hands of the state, using this pandemic that they have identified wrongfully as a COVID pandemic, which is not. It's being manufactured using this futuristic technology as a weapon to create this international health crisis, and now to put the entire planet in a state where we are being pushed towards a one world government. If they're able to do so, that is the intention and the goal for those who have made themselves lords and masters over the lives, livelihoods, hopes and dreams and future of human beings, plant beings, animal beings, and other life forms living on the outer surface of the ancient living and planet-sized body of the Earth Goddess, your sister god, Lady Gaia. So, Avatar, you're looking relaxed, beautiful, radiant, magnetic.
Thank you.
Despite being attacked and being forced to live a life of living hell from the day that you were born to the present day. So, how are you?
Well, not doing too well, not in terms of myself, but how I'm being treated by Donald J. Trump, who's attacking me at different times inside of here, coming in unseen, using the technology Nancy Pelosi gave him to come and use and attack and abuse us, me especially, night and day. Not all the time, true, but too many times, and it should not be done.
Once too many times.
Exactly.
Yes.
And this has got to stop, because we haven't done anything to any of these people. They have been doing things to us. We have been the one who is charging them for what they're doing to us, because we haven't harmed anyone, and we are being harmed. I'm being attacked at different times. Trump is coming inside of here while we're sleeping and going and doing whatever he wants inside of here, steal whatever he wants. Nancy Pelosi is a part of what is happening. Maybe she's coming with him too, but some things are happening. I'm coming inside, walking inside of this room. We're paying rent for this place.
Yes.
And these people are coming in unseen and attacking and abusing us. Prejudice.
Fear, jealousy, ignorance, arrogance, and more vices. A lot of vices being practiced by these criminals working for this rogue government known as the American government today.
Excuse me. Yeah, they're creating these problems for us. We are being attacked. Our daughter has gained a lot of weight because of what Donald Trump did to our daughter.
Yes.
Took her money and bought food and packed it down her throat when she was much younger and gained an extreme amount of weight.
Yes. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been terrorized, abused. I mean, things that shouldn't be happening to people is happening to us. Out of those who are jealous enough to be able to think that they have a right to do things to other people that they are jealous of for no reason other than their lack of development that they are showing in their own behavior, because they do not realize that they have abilities within, and all they have to do is to think in terms of the rights of themselves and everybody else, and they can be there for each other in the right way. But if you continue to abuse people for no reason, you're literally creating a set of problems in the society that is going to create problems not only for yourself but other people too.
True.
It's time for people to start looking at what they're doing. We are not fools. We're not interested in your systems because your systems are corrupt. We're interested in the qualities that the people can show instead of looking for ways to cut someone down for the wrong reasons, pulling their teeth off, cutting off their hair, terrorize them and throwing stuff in their eyes to block you from being able to see properly. You know, these are the things that have been done and are being done. And these are the things that Donald J. Trump is a part of. And he's being used by Nancy Pelosi to do this.
Yes.
This has got to stop, ladies and gentlemen. All of this is happening through jealousy. That's why they took out teeth. The idea is to humiliate and degrade me because I look too well and behave too proper. And so does my family. And I love my husband very much. So
my husband loves his wife very much.
So I'm angry when I see anybody coming to play their games on him and act as if they have a right to disgrace another person. Why?
Yeah, humiliate and
degrade,
upset, and
out of prejudices, ignorance. And you know something? This is what destroys a society. I could hardly speak properly because of what they have done to my teeth and my mouth. I have done nothing to anyone. I've been taken advantage of, and so has my daughter, our daughter. My husband also too has been tampered with by Donald J. Trump using that technology.
Attacked different ways.
Trying to disable his ability to walk in the manner in which he normally does, by attacking him in the inside. What was happening again? Remember that?
Yeah, he uses this technology to cause me to create strokes inside my body, where my hand shakes
and
like
the
this,
legs
and
at the same time, and the rest of the body is shaking.
4 or 5 times he's done this in the last 3 or so years.
Wow.
And I even had to go to get open heart surgery because he used this technology to dislodge one of the valves in
his body
chest. And I had to get open heart surgery because I could not breathe and almost end up losing my mortal life about 3 years ago.
Yeah. I think what Mr. Trump and Nancy Pelosi is doing is evil, trying to harm people that hasn't done anything to them, spending their time setting up different things. I don't know for sure, but I believe that's a part of what they are doing too.
Yes.
And if you can treat people in such a manner and they haven't done anything to you, why are you so riled up about destroying them? Why you are telling people the wrong things so that you can create more problems for other people?
Yes.
This is what creates a society that goes into flux
Mm.
because they're no longer developed properly in here for those who are a part of it. For those who are highly developed, then you'll see that happening in how they're behaving and the things that they're doing and so on. But it's not our right to go and run over people and make them feel as if they're low lives and treat them like junk.
Mm.
That's not the way to treat people. When you do that, it shows that you're lacking in development. When you speak to people properly and treat them with the respect that all people have a right to, what you're doing is literally healing the society by making sure they know that you care.
Mm.
The idea, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys of all ages, remember what we do is what we create for the whole society. When it's bad, look out, we're going to have a whole lot of problems.
Mm.
When it's good, don't worry, things are going right. It will make changes to upgrade and uplift everyone. No one should be treated like trash. No one deserves to be treated like that. You're all special beings.
Mm.
You have a lot of abilities within you, and you don't even know or have any kind of contact with most of yourselves. You're just living on an everyday basis and following what they tell you, and you don't have time for yourself to study yourself and understand what kind of things you can do to improve on life and yourself in life and other people too. See what we do, if it's the right thing and if it's something that helps all of us, it means that we're on our way to completely improving in different areas and levels of our development so that we can get access to our greater selves and bring out all these things publicly so people can recognize that they too can get there and find their own greater self
Mm.
and pass on to others for those who need help, and for those who don't, you just treat them with respect. That won't hurt anybody. As a matter of fact, you'll see a lot of smiling faces. Why? Because they're being treated properly. Not like me, taking off my teeth intentionally to make me look as ugly as they could possibly do.
Mm.
This is the kind of stuff. And I got a great husband here. And so we are each other's best friends.
Yes.
And I love him because he's a fantastic human being, and I love my partner.
And I love my wife because she's my spiritual teacher. She is an extraordinary human being. She is the person who has given me back my life and has been the center of my life since we came together.
Yeah.
She's been my everything.
Both of us.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
We're two. We are actually three sisters.
Mm-hmm.
The third member is our daughter over there.
Yeah.
Who happens to be the one who lived as the Avatar's grandmother in her last lifetime and left this planet when the Avatar was age 2. The night she did, came back in a Beetle, Rose was,
Mm-hmm.
with a chauffeur, took the Avatar to a cemetery and told her, these are the people you can trust. These will be your friends. They will be there for you. They will look after you and look out for you. And she left, went to the spiritual realms, came back decades later to live as our daughter, Princess Mahogany, who's been terrorized for most of her life as a human being in this lifetime.
And we have a son too. His name is
Yes.
Mikkel.
Yes.
And we would love to see him. Hopefully, he would come and visit us.
Yes.
We haven't seen our son for a long time because the United States was giving us a hard time when we were there. And so we came to Canada, and they followed us in Canada and are now doing more damage. Nancy Pelosi using Donald Trump to come and attack and abuse us in our own space that we are paying rent for. They owe us money. The United States government owes money, run by President Biden.
Yeah, current
and
president.
they were supposed to pay the money, and they'll be creating all kinds of new things that they have to do before, and haven't even tried to pay us our money.
Never once responded to any phone calls or emails that we've sent to them.
They used
over the years.
Yeah, they used what's her name? Nancy Pelosi has been sending Trump to do things to attack me, and cut off all my hair.
Mm-hmm.
I had volumes of hair, beautiful, rich hair. I have to wear a wig
bouncy,
now.
Yes.
Why? Because they want to take my body apart because I look too good. So they want to behave as if they have a right now to chop me down, which they've been trying to do for some time, and attacking and abusing me from my womb to my mouth, to my hair, to my rectum, joints, pulling up the kneecaps. If you know what it is like to have both kneecaps pulled up, it's painful. Yes. But he was doing them one at a time, and each one he did was extreme pain.
Yes.
That did not stop there. He had to do more damage to me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the kind of stuff that is going on in a lot of people's lives without anybody being able to say anything about it, because no one will believe that these things are really going on. We need to have people behave more human or humane than they're behaving today, because the damage that they're doing is wrong. You don't just go and terrorize people because they look good. If you're that jealous, then go and stay in your room. You should learn how to be to look after yourself properly, so that you don't feel alienated. I wouldn't alienate you, and I wouldn't mistreat you. If you're behaving irresponsible and I have to tell you something, sure, I'll tell you what you need to hear to stop you from your behavior if it's wrong, and have you recognize that you don't treat people that way. So the idea about human beings is that we are supposed to be taught to be respectful of each other. That's the only way we will get along, and we will have a whole society of people that won't be doing all the wrongs that are being done. And find instead they have people that they can trust. And you don't expect people to trust you if you're mistreating them and mistrusting them, especially when they're not. That's how they started growing that kind of behavior. When people were behaving responsibly, they were treated as if they were lying at different times, and so on. Different things that were being done was creating the problems for a lot of human beings. Now look at what we're doing. Look at the type of life that we have to live. We don't have our rights. We're being told what we can and cannot do. We're underpaid. They do what they want to you when they want to, using people to do that, like Donald Trump, to attack and abuse you in places especially that should not be touched at all. This man is mentally insane. And those who are telling him to do that, and he's doing it, they too are gone.
Yes.
Because if they had any kind of consideration for their own rights, they will realize that you don't do that to others. That's why you're going from bad to worse in your conduct.
True.
Many of you are hopping from one man to another and one woman to another. This is not the way to live. You're throwing everything in the garbage can. And people are not garbage. They need to be treated properly. So they will show their quality treatment too. Their families will do the same. You see, how we treat people is how they turn out becoming after a while, just as arrogant and ignorant. When it's something that you're doing that is right and helping people in the right way by your words, that's good. Do the right thing. Stop terrorizing human beings. They're beautiful people. All you have to do is to treat them properly. And then take off all the junk you have on TV that is teaching people how to do all kinds of bad things.
Yes.
I love all of you. We do.
Yes.
And we are not here to try to pull you down or make you feel bad about anything. We're just telling you that this is not the way we are supposed to treat each other. Let us be there for each other in a way in which makes people feel comfortable wherever they go and won't be harmed anywhere. And as a matter of fact, if they need help, they can get help without anybody trying to harm them. That's what we do when we do the right things and we treat people the right way. and we don't look to create problems for them or steal anything from them. The idea is for us to learn how to be respectful of each other and their things. Without any of you, we may not have been be staying alive, right? With too small amounts after a while, unless you start having your own babies and making sure that they're coming up nicely. That's how the world became filled with people. Well, our job is to make sure that we don't degrade ourselves and others. Don't degrade the whole society either. Treat them properly. Everyone has love in their hearts, and if they're treated properly, they will show their love to others. The reason a lot of things are happening is because a lot of bad behavior is going on in all around the world, and so it's important that they have good things too, but too many wrongs are taking place that is causing problems for too many people, and women are the first to be harmed too.
Shamed and blamed.
Yes, respectful of any and everybody that you speak to. You won't want to harm a soul after a while when you see how people will treat each other. Be there for yourself and each other, and you are being there for the world. We are supposed to be teaching each other different things that others may not know, that are good, not bad, not degrading, you know, things that we need to be able to be a part of so that we can help each other in different things and become much more developed, actually. I'd be happy to get some of your development, you know what I mean? And pass on some of mine to you, as well as my husband. We do not mind. What we do mind is when we are being treated in a manner in which is disrespectful, when you're not disrespecting them, and which is important for all of us to be able to do. Be respectful of everyone. When others are being disrespectful to you, you realize that it's something you have to speak out about. And you let people know that this is not the right way. Do the right thing. Your children would be safe. You would be safe. Your family and all over the country will be safe. The world will be safe because people are training them each other in the right way. And that's what we're really all about. Not harming each other, but upgrading each other.
Someone in the chat section named Dan Murphy says hello, and we say hello to you.
Yes.
Dan Murphy, our immortal brother, living as a member of the human race today on the outer surface of the ancient living and planet-sized body of Lady Gaia, the earth goddess who has been providing mortal beings with the means to live on her body. In this case, human race has been living on the outer surface of the earth goddess, Lady Gaia, for trillions of years now, as she informed me in an interview that she did when she showed up for one of her broadcasts, which was erased when it was sent to process by Facebook on the platform. We did it at the time, about 2019 in the fall. So welcome to you. And it's good to hear you out there listening to this couple who are here to show you that you are, all of you, immortals, and that you each have a nature that is perfect, even though you've been taught that you are human beings with defected nature that you cannot change because that's the condition of your existence. We also want to let you know, Dan Murphy, that you have, like all beings do, a body of vast wealth of spiritual treasures endowed inside you by the great goddess, the supreme being who brought existence into being and beings into existence thousands of trillions of years ago by first dreaming herself into existence, dreaming existence into being, and then dreaming beings into existence all at the same time. Who's living today as Avatar Galextra on this planet at this point in time to show you and human beings how to work together to build a world that works for everyone, that is unfair and unjust to no one, and which serves the greater good of all of life and all life forms in life. And in the process, Brother Dan serves one's own highest good, one's own greatest good, and own highest ideal at the same time. So, welcome to our broadcast. You can tell that the video quality is poor. We have been disabled from using the Facebook platform a number of times, and even as well the YouTube platform. But we are back on here using a different, I guess, name, and we have to get the word out to people that the same technology being used to attack the avatar killed 6 members of her family so far, and to attack her family members, myself, our daughter, is now being used for about 2 years to attack human beings from inside the fourth dimension, but people who are wearing cloaks of invisibility, looking like shadows and infecting, poisoning the mucus inside your body, causing you to become ill with a disease that is not a virus of any kind, nor is it any more contagious than a mild flu. So we're here to sound the alarm, to issue the clarion call for our human brothers and sisters and brothers, to connect the dots and to start finding out what's being done to you and to others and to us by those who are using a technology that has vast fourth dimension capabilities and which does not belong on this planet in the hands of mortal beings today or at any time in the future. So that was for Dan Murphy, who says hello.
Hello.
So where are we? 27 minutes in.
Yeah.
We are here in Travelodge Bonaventure, Niagara Falls, Ontario for a year now. We are long-term tenants, which means we have to wash our own linens. They don't our own linens, and they don't supply us with fresh ones. It means that we have to shelter, as we're doing, because we are family living on fixed income as on disability. Actually, they put us on ODSP about 2004, after we spent about 23 consecutive months living in a family shelter called Scarborough Family Residence, because we go back out into the community after staging a protest on Toronto Street. As a homeless family, my wife, myself, our daughter, our dog, our son, our blessings. We lived in a park called Chicago Republic Park for 244 days and nights. And we came from there and went back into the community. And I've been living as a terrorized, traumatized family for decades now.
Sure.
And Trump is trying to is killing the body of our Divine Majesty slowly, using this technology as a weapon to do so. And he's on scene. So when we tell the police, as we have many times, we've called them, they've come here dozens of times, they come and they tell us that we can't see Donald Trump, and so they can't prove that he's the one committing these crimes, and that they have no way to actually arrest him because they cannot see him. And so we have people tell us, as they normally do, cloaks of invisibility and teleportation, those are not real things on this planet at this point in time in the life of Lady Gaia. So we understand why they are holding those views, because they are not able to physically see this criminal and others like him. And so when we tell them crimes have been committed against us, they look at us and wonder if we are in a right state of mind, or if we have wild imaginations. Neither is true. So, Avatar, continue to speak.
Yeah.
As you have been doing beautifully as a verbal martial artist. She's been a verbal martial artist since I've known her, since 1975, when I met her in the most amazing, remarkable, enchanting, unforgettable experience I've ever had when I saw her floating along the sidewalk, running for the bus, dressed in New York's finest. I stood there wearing my coat of many colors and watched as she floated on the sidewalk, past me, into the bus, and went on her way. So here we are.
Yeah.
Memories are beautiful, and yet, what's too painful to remember, we often choose to forget.
Yeah.
Who said that? Someone sang that in a song. And the avatar's memory have been stolen from her by Donald Trump. He's been attacking the cavities of her brain with a dagger made of light that he plunges repeatedly inside the cavities of the brain for decades, and now he's managed to dislodge her conscious memory, her lived experiences from her conscious mind. And so she is someone who has amnesia, and someone who would be considered someone with Alzheimer's, but she doesn't have Alzheimer's. She has been intentionally robbed of her memory by a criminal wearing a cloak of invisibility known as Donald J. Trump over a number of decades.
Yep.
Yep.
I have been. But I can't remember everything right away anymore.
I know.
Because of what's being done. And, what I would like you to realize is that a lot of people possibly are going through this kind of scenario and being attacked and abused. And this is what I've been going through for quite a while. And I heard that it was coming from the government, because I've been attacked and abused practically all of my life in the United States and in Canada.
And
maybe not all
too.
of my life in the United States, but for a long time I've been going through this kind of stuff.
Since birth, a life of living hell.
Yeah. Laughing is very difficult. Because of the kind of stuff you're going through by different people who are supposed to be behaving responsibly, and you could hardly find responsible people unless, of course, they have businesses that they have to look after.
And even then, it's about profit.
Yeah,
not about the well-being and welfare. No. Yes.
And if we want to really have a society that works,
for everyone,
we have to treat each other with respect and dignity. The garbage must go. It's just not nice. It just does damage to a lot of people, and we can see it in your world. You need to make changes that benefits all. Everyone is capable of quality. Don't forget that.
Yes. The planet is changing, people. Climate change is not what you've been told by the experts about how these emissions put in the atmosphere, pollutions and others by the fossil fuel and other kinds of things done to the planet is causing her to overheat and causing things to melt, creating all kinds of disruptive extreme weather temperatures. And so there's this narrative about how climate change is the greatest existential threat facing the human race today. In fact, climate change is not what you have been taught it to be. The planet is an ancient being. She is moving back into the fifth dimension where she came from trillions of years ago. She is purging and cleansing herself of all the toxins and all the different types of energies that have been embedded inside her body throughout the ages by mankind especially. So Lady Gaia is moving into a higher dimension, moving back to restoring her body back to the pristine condition that it was in for trillions of years, when all across the planet's surface the temperature was warm. It was a Garden of Eden. Planet Earth, the motherland, was one massive, pristine, magnificent planet, the body of the Earth goddess Lady Gaia. Now she is taking steps to restore her body and to return it to the condition that it was in, the pristine state, for trillions of years. So this campaign about climate change has to be contained and conquered Otherwise, we're going to end up losing our lives and our livelihoods and other things on the surface of this planet. They're missing the boat, just as they are about the pandemic that has been manufactured by the same people who have been attacking the avatar since birth, wearing cloaks of invisibility. You, the people, are being duped, you are being deceived, misinformed by the expert on both climate change, on the pandemic, on about your identity as immortals living mortal lives, about the existence of the divine, not one God who is a male God. There's a committee of gods headed by the first being in existence, the great goddess. Membership number in trillions, billions of male gods and trillions of female gods. So we're here to alert you, the people, that you have to start owning your identity as immortals. You've got to reclaim the treasures that you have, but have been locked up inside you, and you've not yet begin to even access, including the dozens of pairs of strands of DNA that 98% of which science have dismissed and disregarded as junk DNA. So you have a lot of work to do. You're in uncharted territories because the different cultures have spoken, the visionaries in different cultures have spoken about a point in time in human history when the planet will be purified of all that has been put inside her by human beings especially, and where the planet will move in back into a state where she was trillions of years ago as a pristine, beautiful, immaculate planet. That's a process now unfolding, and that's the reason why the climate will get warmer and warmer as she moves into the higher dimensions, back to the fifth dimension where she originally came from. So to be for is to be forearmed, and we're here to remind you that, as the avatar says, you are geniuses with abilities that you don't even know that you have or could even imagine
that you have it,
that you could ever own. Where are we? 30 something minutes into this broadcast. We're tired.
Yep.
Drained, exhausted. Every day Donald Trump comes here. Every single day and night he's here. He teleports in, then leaves, goes back to Mar-a-Lago and creates more hell in the States. He's trying to destroy that nation, divide it, turn it into a divided state of America, where his intention is to destroy the nation that caused him to lose his immortal life as George S. Patton when he was last here, because he was murdered by the American government through an accident and took his life from him because he was just the way he was then as he is now. Racist, sexist, narcissistic, divisive, combative, immoral, and more. Vices galore. Virtues absent. No virtues to speak of. So he's back with a big bulger on his shoulders, intent to make sure that he gets vengeance on America and the American government. And because he's a demon who came from the belly of Winterland, hell, uh, Tataras, Hades, other names for hell, he's here to hold the office of the Antichrist. He is not someone who is chosen by anyone. He's not the chosen one, nor is he, and nor does he have a mandate, a divine mandate to do anything. He's here to destroy, degrade, demoralize, desecrate, and devastate life any way, every way he can. And he's doing that in the States and continues to do that. And his supporters, Donald Trump.
He's attacking me right now.
Mm-hmm. So we want to sound the alarm and ring the clarion call for you to wake up, look around, look inside, as the avatar says, do your personal inventory, and start to treat each other as you would your own family, because you really are a family, a
Attacking
human
me in the
family.
womb.
Yes.
This
So,
is the kind of stuff that this twisted man conducts himself with.
so let me go and spray the room with vinegar to try to push him out of his space briefly while the avatar speaks to you. And let me do this. And you can
Remember, we're living in a world where, careful, you're going to wet her.
okay.
Um, where human beings are not really being trained properly. Not everyone. Some people are properly trained, and some aren't. And the ones that aren't is creating a lot of problems for a lot of people out there, because it's important that in growing, you have to learn how to conduct yourself with others at home and people you meet on the outside. How you treat people is what you set up. If it's good, then you will see the great part of people's behavior. If it's bad and others are doing damage to them, that will create really more problems. You don't want that. It's already going on. And you can stop it by how
Sure.
you address people's behavior. If it's wrong, let them know, don't feel so bad. You don't need to degrade me or insult me, but you can tell me. I would like to hear what you have to say, but just don't be insulted. We are each other's keepers. We are
Mm,
sisters and brothers in the cloth, and all beings are our family. It does not matter what nationality they are. The point is not to insult and degrade them for being a different nationality. Realize that in your society, there are all types of nationalities that we can speak to, learn a lot from. We
mm,
can even pass on our information to them too, which is helpful. And when we are doing that, we are finding that we are connecting very well,
mm,
because disrespect is not in the area doing destruction. Instead, people who care about each other and realize that they have a gift to be around all these brothers and sisters, moms and dads, and they're there doing their best and helping everybody, helping each other.
mm,
That's what makes the world great, when everyone is helping each other, not looking down or making people feel like they're nothing.
mm,
When you do that, you're setting up your society to go upside down again. And it's already happening.
mhm,
But what you can do is stop it. And how you can stop it is by simply doing the right thing, treating them respectfully, letting them know that you care about them, but not to do bad things to them. We need to start looking at things from the point of view that we have great abilities within. And all you have to do is to start practicing.
mm,
Do it the right way, and you'll find a society that you love around you. What you're seeing for a society today is nothing to be speaking of in many ways. But you can make those changes, as I was telling you, treat them properly. That's the key
mm.
to everybody. What do you say, buddy?
Yep, that's
That's our society.
yes,
And we have to learn how to be there for each other
yes,
in the
because there's
right way. Yeah.
mm,
But yeah.
a new way of being, a
Yes.
new way of being that is in the process of coming to the surface of Lady Gaia.
Hmm.
But before it does, there has to be all kinds of changes made, cleansing, purging hearts and minds that have been wounded, injured, poisoned, numbed, devalued, degraded, desecrated,
Yeah.
have to be repaired, healed, protected, uplifted,
Hmm.
treasured.
Yes. Recognize that they're equals,
Mm,
nothing to be looked down at.
mm,
When you get rid of all that garbage that people are throwing at each other, you will see the kind of people you have out there.
yes.
Really beautiful people. Make no mistake. You won't see people going with different diseases and problems. We are creating those problems when we behave irresponsibly towards each other. That's what is bringing those things about.
Yeah.
So let's make those changes and bring all our brothers and sisters together, working as a family instead of destroying each other. Destruction is not helpful. But caring and respecting and being careful with how we treat each other, that's what is needed. That's healing.
Yes.
On that note, I'll say blessings to you. I had some more information to give you, but I'm completely wiped out in those areas, in
Yes.
some areas. So thank you for listening. I
Yes.
wish you all the best. And if you want to continue speaking,
No,
that's up to
I'm
you.
good.
But we want you to know that we care about all of you. We care about you if you're a man, woman, or child. Even the animals we're caring about. You're all beautiful people. And you need to be there for each other. Okay? Don't cut each other down. Try to see if you can just speak the truth when you're speaking about something. And don't expect people to lie for you. Because that's what we need to do. Speaking the truth shows our true, clean, quality selves from within.
Yes, the truth.
Yep.
It's the power to liberate hearts and minds.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah. So
Over
blessings to you. Sorry, darling.
No.
Blessings to you, and we want to see the best in you.
Yes.
We'll show you our best to treat you properly.
Yes.
So good luck on your journey. Peace.
And if you like what you've just listened to, we invite you to share it or to leave a comment, to post a like, so that others can then get access to this wealth of information
That they're a part of.
Yes, and deserve to have access to and be able to
and use
yes
for themselves.
Yes.
It's all there for everyone
Yes.
to be, to use the best of themselves to help each other.
Okay, Avatar.
Yes, darling.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for listening.
And listening. And we'll see you next time on A New Way of Being.
Blessings to you all.
Yes.
And good luck on your journey.
Yes. We're out of here.